Welcome back to Enchanted Learning. It's me Benasar Khalid. In the previous class, we were discussing about Constitution, and there is 5 mark for Constitution in your degree prelims examination. So that 5 mark is very much valuable. So today we are moving to the next topic, that is Directive Principles of State Policy. Article 47. To prohibit the consumption of intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health. This is Article 47. So we have earlier discussed this Article 47, which that is a Gandhiyan principle. It is seen both in Socialist Principle as well as in Gandhiyan Principle. In Socialist Principle, Article 47 deals with the raise the level of nutrition and standard of living of people and to improve public health. That is a Socialist Principle. That is Socialist Principle. Directive Principle of State Policy. Article 47 is to raise the level of nutrition as well as standard of living of people and also to improve the public health. Here, as far as we are considering Gandhiyan Principle, Article 47 is to prohibit the consumption of intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health. So that is the Article 47. That which article of Directive Principle of State Policies are implemented in Indian state Gujarat. That is, the Article 47 is implemented in Indian state. Article 47 is articles of Directive Principles of State Policies implemented in Gujarat. That is Article 47. That is prohibition of liquor, which we have discussed now. That is to prohibit the consumption of intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health. That is that article. Article 47 of Directive Principles of State Policies is implemented in Indian state Gujarat. And Article 48, to prohibit the slaughter of cows and other milch and draught cattle to improve their breeds. To prohibit the slaughter of cows and other milch and draught cattle and to improve their breeds. That is to prohibit the slaughter of cows, etc. That is mentioned in Article 48. So this article is also, this article of Directive Principles of State Policy is also implemented in state Gujarat. That is Article 48. That to prohibit the slaughtering of cows. So that's all about Gandhiyan Principles. So Gandhiyan Principles are based on Gandhiyan ideology, and the major principles are: it requires a state to organize village panchayats and also to function as units of self-governments. It's as per Article 40. In Article 43, to promote cottage industries on an individual or cooperation basis in rural areas. And Article 43b, that deals with the professional management, control and professional management of cooperative societies. And Article 46 of Directive State Policies is provided it requires a state to promote the education economic interest of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and other weaker sections of society, and also to protect them from social injustice and exploitation. And as far Article 47 is concerned, it is also a Gandhiyan principle as well as Socialist principle. In Gandhiyan principle, it is this state is required to prohibit the consumption of intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health. And the state which implement this article for the prohibition of liquor is Gujarat. To prohibit the slaughter of cows and other milch and draught cattle and to improve their breeds. That is Article 48. This also is a Gandhiyan principle, and this article is implemented in the state Gujarat. That is to prohibit the slaughtering of cows. Article 48 is implemented in state Gujarat. Next one is liberal intellectual principles. Next, the principles include this category represent the ideology of liberalism. So this direct the state, first one, to secure for all citizens a uniform civil code throughout the country. So this liberal and intellectual principle directs the state to secure for all citizens a uniform civil code throughout the country as per Article 44. To secure for all citizens a uniform civil code throughout the country. This is as per Article 44. And the first state in India to provide this uniform civil code is Goa. It is the first state to where the uniform civil code is the only state where uniform civil code is provided, that is implemented is as per Article 44 is Goa. Not the first state, the only state which has a uniform civil code, or with only state with uniform civil code implemented is Goa, that is as per Article 44. To provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. To provide, so this liberal intellectual principle, that is this principle, this directs the state to provide early childhood care as well as education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. This is as per Article 45. That is a liberal intellectual principle, and this explaining Directive Principle state policy. And here it directs the state to provide early childhood care as well as education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. This is Article 45. Next, Article 48, that is a liberal intellectual principle, to organize agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines. To organize agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines. This is Article 48. Then Article 48A, to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard forest and wildlife. To protect and improve the environment and to safeguard forest and wildlife. It directs the state to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard forest and wildlife. This is Article 48A. And Article 50, it directs the state to protect the monuments, places and objects of artistic or historic interest which are declared to be of national importance. As per Article 49, it directs the state to protect monuments, places and objects of artistic or historic interest which are declared to be of national importance. So, those places which are of declared to be of national importance, that is those monuments, plates as well as objects of artistic or historic interest that are declared to be as national importance. They are to be protected. The state should, it directs the Directive Principles state policies, directs the state to protect such monuments, places and objects which are of artistic or historic importance. To separate the judiciary from the executive in the public service of the state. This is Article 50. Article 50 deals, or it directs the state to separate the judiciary from executive in public services of the state. To separate judiciary from executive in public service of the state, in the public services of state. It's Article 50. And the Article 51, as per this article is directing the state to promote international peace and security as well as to maintain just and honorable relations between nations. To promote international peace and security and maintain just and honorable relations between nations. To foster respect for international law and treaty obligations, and to encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitration. So, to promote international peace and security, to maintain just and honorable relations between nations, and to foster respect for international law and treaty obligations, and to encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitration. These are all described in Article 51. So, that's all about liberal intellectual principles. Here, we discuss Directive Principles of state policies. Here, Directive Principles of state policies doesn't contain any of the Indian Constitution doesn't contain any classification, but based on the content and direction, they can be classified into three broad categories. They are Socialist Principles, Gandhiyan Principles, and Liberal Intellectual Principles. As far as Socialist Principles are concerned, these principles reflect the ideology of socialism, and it helps the state to provide social and economic justice and set path towards welfare state, and it directs the state. First one, Article 38, according to Article 38, directs the state to promote the welfare of state people by securing social order as well as to minimize inequalities in income, status, facilities and opportunities. And 39A, that is to promote equal justice and to provide free legal aid to poor. 39D, equal pay for equal work for men and women. And 39A and 39D. Then now comes Article 41, to secure the right to work. The state should direct to secure the right to work, to education and to public assistance in case of unemployment, old age, sickness and disablement. And Article 42, to make provisions for just and humane conditions of work and maternity relief. Then to secure a living wage, a decent standard of life and social cultural opportunities for all workers. Cultural opportunities for all workers is what's mentioned in Article 33. It is standard of life and social and cultural opportunities for all workers is described in Article 43. Then it takes steps to secure the participation of workers in management of industries. Participation of workers in management industries related to Article 43A. And next in 47, to raise the level of nutrition and as well as standard of living of people and to improve public health, that is described in Article 47, that is of Indian Constitution. So, which are the socialist principles described in Directive Principle state policies are, this Article 38, 39A and D, then 41, Article 42, 43, 43A and then 47. Here, Article 47 is also there, is also explained in where Gandhiyan Principles also. So, Gandhiyan Principles are based on Gandhiyan ideology, and this is provided to fulfill the dreams of Gandhi, and some of his ideas are included in the Directive Principles of state policy. Here also, the state requires, or the state is to provide or is to organize village panchayats and to function them as and enables them to function as self-government, units of self-government, to organize village panchayats and also enable them to function as units of self-government. That is Article 40. Then Article 43, to promote cottage industries on an individual cooperation basis in rural areas. To promote cottage industries on an individual and cooperation basis in rural areas. So, Article 43, that is providing opportunity, the social cultural opportunity to all workers, that is explained in Socialist Principles. So, Article 43 is Socialist as well as a Gandhiyan principle. So, as far as concerned, Article 43 explains a socialist principle as well as a Gandhiyan principle. Social principle is the case, it promotes the state for increasing the standard of life, social, cultural opportunities for all workers, providing opportunities for life, social, cultural opportunities for all workers. And Article 43 of Gandhiyan Principle promotes cottage industries on an individual or cooperation basis in rural areas. So, Article 43 is both a Gandhiyan Principle as well as a Socialist Principle. Then, to promote voluntary formation and control professional management cooperative societies, Article 43B, that is a cooperative societies management, professional management of cooperative societies, that is provided in Article 43B, that is a Gandhiyan Principle. So, here next one, Article 46, it is provided to promote education and economic interests of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes as well as other weaker sections of society, as well as to protect them from social injustice as well as exploitation. That is explained in Article 46. Article 46 is a Gandhiyan principle. Now, to prohibit the consumption of intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health, that is Article 47. So, Article 47, prohibition of intoxicating drinks and drugs, liquor, etc. That is what explained in Article 47. So, Article 47 is also a Gandhiyan principle as well as a socialist principle. We have discussed above, that is, it's Article 47, it is provided that the state is required to raise the level of nutrition standard living people as well as to improve their public health. That is also Article 47. Article 47 is a socialist principle as well as a Gandhiyan principle. Then Article 48, to prohibit the slaughtering of cows, calves and other milch and draught cattle and to improve their breeds. So, Article 48, prohibition of slaughtering of cow, that is implemented in the state of Gujarat. And the prohibition of liquor is also implemented in the state of Gujarat. Then liberal and intellectual principles. Before that, the Gandhiyan principles represents Article 40, Article 43, Article 43B, Article 46, Article 47 and Article 48. Here Article 43 as well as 47 are also mentioned in socialist principle also. So, Article 43 and 47 are both Gandhiyan as well as socialist principles. Then liberal and intellectual principles. These principles represent the ideology of liberalism. Here it directs the state to secure for all citizens a uniform civil code, throughout the country. This as per Article 44. So as far as this article is concerned, Article 44 is implemented in first in which state? It's in Goa. Which Indian state implemented Uniform Civil Code? First, that is Goa. Then Article 45 to provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. As per Article 45, the state requires the state to provide early childhood care as well as education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. Then Article 48, that is to organize agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines. Then Article 48A, that means that is organize agriculture and animal husbandry on modern scientific lines. And Article 48A, that is to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard forest and wildlife. So wildlife conservation, protection, etc. are related to Article 48A. It directs the state to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard forest and wildlife. Then Article 49. Article 49 is to directs the state to protect the monuments, places and objects of artistic or historic value which are declared to be national monument, national importance, which are to be declared to be as national importance. That is Article 49. Then Article 50 to separate the judiciary from the executive in public service of the state. To separate the judiciary from executive in the public service of the state. That is what is mentioned in Article 50. So as far as liberal and intellectual principles are concerned, Article 44, Article 45, Article 48, 48A, 49 and 50 are considered as liberal intellectual principles. So this is what explained in Directive Principles of State Policies. And one more thing, that is 51 also is there. 36 to 51 is what Directive Principles of State Policy. Article 36 to 51. So we have discussed 50. 51 means that is to promote the international peace. It is a major one to promote international peace and security as well as to maintain just and honorable relations between nations. So liberal intellectual principles that include Article 44, Article 45, 48, 48A, 50 and 51. These are related. These belongs to liberal intellectual principles. So that's all about Directive Principles of State Policies. So first you have to understand Directive Principles of State Policy, that is included enumerated Indian Constitution's Part 4, and that is from Article 36 to 51. And this based on it is not in Constitution, it is not classified, but based on the content direction, these principles are classified in three. It is Socialist, Gandhiyan as well as liberal intellectual principles. And you have to understand those articles which are placed in Gandhiyan, Socialist as well as liberal intellectual principles. So today we are discussing the Directive Principles of State Policy. Hope you have understood. Is it clear for you? So this question is maybe asked as which of the articles defines the Gandhiyan principle, which of them are belong to the Socialist principle. So you have to categorize those principles and study them. Even though they are not categorized, you have to for study purpose you have to know which is a Gandhiyan principle and which is a Socialist principle. I have discussed all those facts in this class. Hope you have understood all those facts. If so, if it is useful, please do subscribe my channel and keep watching. We shall meet in the next class. Till then, bye from me. Thank you.